Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This is another of my short stories from the book that should be published in a week or so, called Light is the name of the book. Looking at the lighter side of life, it's the companion volume to the just published book, Dark. This story is called A Coffee Tree Grows in Brooklyn. I thought, who the hell could be calling me at 3 a.m? It was the police. A thief working graveyard shift broke your store's window. You need to come and turn off the alarm. I raced to my store, Coffee Talk, and went limp. 3 50-pound bags of coffee, my so carefully selected best beans in the world, stolen. I thought, maybe it's a blessing. I needed a final push to take a break. The crime, the noise, the traffic, customers running out without paying, cars outside blasting their music over the soft music I play in the cafe to create an island of sanity in crazy Brooklyn. Where should I go? Trying to be practical, I thought about visiting one of my suppliers. It would be tax deductible. Ethiopia? It's one of the world's poorest countries. Nah. Peru? Near the equator. Nope. Hawaii! This guy, his name is Kai, has a tiny farm in an area I'd never heard of called Ka'u. I called Kai and asked how he'd feel about a visitor. He couldn't have shorn more, well, aloha. So off I went, and even the baby 2 rows away crying nonstop, especially on landing, didn't deter me. From Hilo Airport, it was a 90-minute drive along the coast, passing not just waves rolling onto black sand beach, but volcanoes and tropical plants. It definitely wasn't Brooklyn, and I was glad. When I arrived at Kai's Ka'u coffee farm, it was smaller even than I expected, maybe the size of a football field. But Kai must have heard my car pull up, because a guy with a mane of long black hair, in contrast with my bald brown fringe, strode from the coffee field to greet me. Aloha continued. It was hard to know what to say, so after I said aloha, and that must have sounded patronizing, cultural appropriation, or just plain stupid, I just smiled and handed him the care package I had brought. Brooklyn goodies that go with coffee. Cheese Danish, chocolate babka, and rugelach. That's croissant dough with chocolate chips inside. Kai invited me into his little cafe next to the farm, and we bonded almost immediately. He said, and he seemed sincere, that he loved all 3 of my pastries, especially the rugelach. And I gushed, truthfully, that his coffee with the weird name Bourbon Yellow was the best I had ever tasted. I told him what happened in my store and about Brooklyn's crime and noise. He explained that he used to work in downtown Honolulu, but the crime and noise got to him too. Far from the idyllic marketing PR, more bonding. Kai had long wanted to be a farmer, learned that the Cow District had perfect soil for coffee, but was little known, so he could afford a small plot. Another bond was unexpected. He said he was getting a little bored with farming. That helped me realize that after 10 years running Coffee Talk, I was kind of bored with it too. So we agreed to trade places for a month. He taught me what I needed to know, and I taught him what he did. No, it didn't work out perfectly. I had to be on Zoom with him nearly daily to keep the coffee plants from dying. And he had to be on Zoom with me to learn how to pay bills, make better cappuccino, and yes, deal with difficult customers. After the month, Kai returned to his farm, and I frankly was relieved. This Jew boy from Brooklyn is definitely better suited to a cafe in Brooklyn than a coffee farm in Ka'u. And Kai said he missed the quiet of his farm, but has now decided to hire help. As we said goodbye, he asked if I would sell him shipments of rugelach for his cafe. I said, as long as you keep selling me yellow bourbon. He smiled and said, and I'd like to give you this small tree of yellow bourbon. When you get home, put it in a good-sized pot, put it in a warm spot, and when winter comes, bring the pot inside in a sunny window over a tray of pebbles to keep the humidity up, and I'll bet you can grow your own. We laughed at that double entendre, hugged, and said goodbye. Well, it's been a year, and I can confirm that indeed, a coffee tree can grow in Brooklyn. In any event, that story is called A Coffee Tree Grows in Brooklyn. As usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And I would welcome you taking a look at either of my 2 books of short stories that are available on Amazon. One is called Dark, stories about the dark side of life, and the other is called Soloists, stories of introverts and outsiders facing a dilemma. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.